revolution and to a large extent promoted the democratic process of China early last century. As the grandson of Huang Xing, a pioneer of the revolution, Shaoqiang felt that this was a mission that falls upon him. His grandfather Huang Xing was among the most famous figures who devoted himself to overthrowing the Qing dynasty and creating a republic in China. Together with Sun Yat-sen, they are remembered as Sun Huang due to their friendship and contribution to the revolution. Bao Shaoqiang says that having been born in the 1940s, he never saw his grandfather in person. But from what he later learned from history textbooks, he has developed great pride, inheriting the blood of the revolutionary pioneer. Therefore, he confesses that it was a daunting task to create the works, as each portrait requires a profound understanding of both his appearance and personality traits. Over the past 7 or 8 years, Huang Shaoqiang visited many museums, libraries and memorial halls in China, America and Canada to look for related material. Huang wanted to depict his subjects the way they appeared in 1911, but it was quite hard for him to find reference materials on many of these figures during their youth, when the revolution occurred. Another unique approach of Huang's work is his impartiality when choosing which figures to paint. Spectators of the exhibition may find portraits of Chiang Kai-shek, Wang Jingwei and Yan Xishan, people with dubious reputations in history, among the paintings. Huang explains that he is not including these figures to say something good for them. Instead, he is simply recording history as it was during that time. After more than a decade studying painting and 28 years living abroad, Huang Shaoqiang says this painting exhibition is his best way to show his respect to those who made sacrifices during the revolution and get closer to his grandfather. It was the idea of building a better world that propelled people to make sacrifices in the Xinhai Revolution. Today, it's the same notion that still encourages many people to extend a helping hand for those in need. After a short break, we'll learn about a project for a special literary pursuit. Over the past decade, full-time volunteer Zhang Danuo has helped a number of people with disabilities find the purpose of their lives by helping them realize their dreams of being writers. For more, please stay tuned to In the Spotlight. This is a journey through history. It's a journey to mystery. This is a journey to novelty. And a journey to the future. This is In the Spotlight, a cultural journey on CRI. Welcome aboard. Chances are you have heard the stories of American author Helen Keller. You may have been touched by the accounts of how her teacher Anne Sullivan got through to the girl despite her student being deaf, blind, and unable to speak, eventually allowing the girl to blossom as she learned to communicate. Well, Zhang Danuo has always been compared to China's Anne Sullivan. For more than 10 years, Zhang has been acting as a mentor for many people with disabilities in China, encouraging them to pursue their dreams and make lives meaningful. And now he's compiling a collection of literary works by disabled people to soothe more of those unfortunate souls. Our reporter Ting Ting has more.
Zhang Danuo's quest to reach out to disabled people began 15 years ago. In that year, Danuo, then an editor at Heilongjiang Broadcasting and Television News, happened to open a letter from a reader.
Thanks, Ting Ting. After this break, we'll learn about another effort to help people in need. A charity program named Our Free Sky has been helping students in impoverished rural mountain villages receive better education.
Echoes from ancient times. Tempo of the modern age. In the Spotlight gives you a lot to choose from. Enjoy authentic Chinese culture. Savor those of other places and see how they enrich each other. In the Spotlight.
Knowledge can make much difference to a person's life. But in many schools in rural China, what students really need are not books and educational facilities, but well-trained teachers who can provide both up-to-date knowledge and all-round skills. Our reporter Lin Lin introduces us to a charity program to help students get better education.
Our Free Sky is a charity based in Beijing that is dedicated to improving the education and well-being of children in impoverished rural mountain villages in southwestern China.
And with that, we come to the end of this edition of In the Spotlight. Any comments or suggestions are welcome. You can email us at spotlight@cri.com.cn. Our snail mail address is English Service, China Radio International, Beijing, China. And the postal code is 1004040. I'm your host, Wang Lu. Until next week, goodbye.
I want to learn Chinese.
其实并不难 It can be fun.
欢乐汉语 Chinese Studio. 外文
书刊 means books and periodicals.
书刊
报纸 means newspaper.
报纸
这儿有外文书刊报纸吗？
这儿有外文书刊报纸吗？ Do you have any foreign books and newspapers?
这儿有外文书刊报纸吗？
当然有了，就在2楼阅览室。
I just spotted my favorite magazine, and I'm gonna grab it before someone else does. Quickly though, what's our question of the day, Yajie?
Remind us how to say, where's the reading room in Chinese, of course.
明天见。
再见。
Send your answer to the following email address, chinese@cri.com.cn. You can also log on to www.crienglish.com. Click Learn Chinese to know more about the program and to access to a lot more Chinese learning materials. That's crienglish.com. Man, learn Chinese.